Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to go through another live trade I took with Tesla. So I traded Tesla on Monday 4/19, and I was about a 3 to 4 minute scalp, and I made about $1,400 on it. So I'm just going to walk you guys through it, my thought process, my entries and exits, my support and resistance levels, and then again, overall market sentiment that day as well. Hopefully you guys are finding these videos helpful. If you are, don't forget to hit that like button. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So I had Tesla on my watch on Monday the 19th because there was a crash in Texas involving two people that they were driving a Tesla, and apparently the self-driving feature was on and there was no one in the driver's seat, something along those lines. So it was on my watch list due to that catalyst. So this is Tesla on the 30-minute time frame here. So this is the 19th right here, as you can see. So I just wanted to show you this 30-minute time frame really quick before we get started, because I wanted to show you my levels. So as you can see, all of these levels here I have are levels of support and resistance on Tesla. If it's trending below that level, it's resistance on the stock. If it's trending above that level, it's a support on the stock. So all of these levels here, for starting on that day, the 19th, so this is the pre-market, all of these levels below 737 are all going to be support and profit target levels if I'm looking for Tesla on the downside, and all of the levels above 742, which is that looks like around that pre-market high, anything above 742 is going to be a resistance and a profit target if Tesla were to go to the upside. So I just want to show you guys that prior to showing you the video, just so you guys are aware, and then what levels that I'm watching. So this is Tesla on that day. So you can see here, whoops, just zoom out really quick. So I had my pre-market level set here. So my pre-market high, it looks like around 742. The stock did wick up to 742, and then the pre-market low at 715 or 717, it looks like. Okay, so the pre-market high is 742 and the pre-market low is 717 on Tesla. It had a little bit of a big move down just due to that news in regards to the Tesla crash. So when the stock opens at open, what I'm watching is 717, below 717 for puts. And then what I'm looking for, just because 742 there's a huge gap between those two levels, what I'm going to look for if I'm looking for the stock on the upside is I'm going to look for this wick fill. So usually if you see a stock gap down or up, or you see it wick up or down, it tends to fill that wick or gap all the way up or down. So what I would watch here is I would most likely watch the 730 level because it's the safest level of resistance here. 725 might be a little too aggressive. So I'd watch 730 to the upside for the wick fill to 742. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at what I was doing. So just to let you guys know, I was watching the 702 level break for puts on Tesla. So I missed this move down here on Tesla. I missed the whole move down here. However, I waited for a pullback and then a retest, and what I watched was that 703, 702 level on Tesla. I just want to show you the Tesla chart one more time. So if you can see here, Tesla did move down, and then when it pulled back, it created an H pattern. So an H pattern, you can see it just creates an H, is a bearish pattern. So an H pattern is a bearish pattern. So stock makes a huge move down, pulls back to a level of resistance, or you can see here it pulled back to its VWAP and 21-day EMA, and then so once the stock pulls back, what you're looking for is the break of that support line, which is 705, 702. On this one, I would probably do 703 on Tesla just because it's safer for the break of 703. So I watched the break of 702 on Tesla because it was the previous support as well. You can see right here, Tesla is starting to approach 702. At the same time, I had my NASDAQ chart up that showed that NASDAQ was on a downtrend as well. So we're going to watch this 702 level here for a break for puts. You can see me starting to get ready. So I'm looking for the 700 put on Tesla. Okay, it's getting close to that 703 level. And there it goes, to break 703. You're going to see me fill into Tesla in just a second. So there I filled Tesla, 703. the 703 break here at 10:02. So you can see that 703 level was my level of support here on Tesla after it created that H pattern at 703. And then you can also see, so this was around 10:02. If we look at the NASDAQ around that time as well, you can see that the NASDAQ was also following here. So this was the 10 o'clock 5-minute candle, 10:05 5-minute candle, rejected its VWAP here, the NASDAQ did, and the NASDAQ was also following with Tesla, which is good because that just shows that the trend that Tesla is on is being supported by futures, which you always want to see. Also, I just want to say I did fill at 10:02, and then I wanted more contracts because I didn't fill the right amount of contracts. So I added more contracts at 10:02:57. So that's why you see two fill orders here because I added more contracts. So one contract, the one fill I got in at 26.72, and the second one I got in at 27.40. It wasn't the best approach, but I just wanted to increase my contract size because I wanted a certain amount, and I accidentally pressed the wrong one. So like I said, I'm still getting used to trading on IB. So you can see now Tesla's approaching that 698 level of support that I have on it. So my first target on it was 700. I still saw sellers in control of Tesla, so I continue to hold. The next levels I had on it were 698 and 695, and I'll show you the chart in just a second to show you exactly where I see those levels. You can see that Tesla is still pushing down. Sellers are still in control. I didn't see a lot of heavy buying pressure on level 2, and the tape was still increasing very quickly with the bids dropping. So I was comfortable with holding Tesla, and that's what you want to see on level 2 in time and sales. So right here, as the stock approaches 695, so 698 was my first level of support. 695 was my second level of support. So we're going to see how it reacts to the next candle. And right here, it's kind of holding that 698, 695 level. So I closed some of my position, so I locked some of my position here at 10:04, and I waited for the rest of my position. So you can see right around 695 it's holding. So I wanted to lock because at every profit target I do like to lock some of my position. I think that's a good way to trade. You kind of size in, size out. Before I would just size completely in and size out, and I do like to do that still sometimes, but for certain trades, especially with the current market conditions, I do like to lock some just because you don't know exactly when the stock's going to pull back. Market's super volatile, so it's better to size in and size out than to potentially take a whole loss on the profit or give back your entire profit because you didn't lock any of it at any point. So right now here, it's still trying to break that 695 level. So let's see the next candle open right here. It's at 10:04:56. So we still got a couple seconds till the next candle open. The next candle is still kind of holding that 695 level right here. So let's see. So you can see there's some indecision here with buyers and sellers. Stock is still pushing down, which is good. You're going to see me lock my profit soon here. So you can see here I filled in once at 10:02, 10:02:57, filled out at 10:04, and then my second fill out was at 10:05. So you can see here at 10:05 as well. I filled all my contracts out, so completely out of Tesla at 10:05. Contracts went to 32.69. So I made about a 20% profit here on average on this trade. So it was a pretty high probability trade here on Tesla. And let's take a look at why it was high probability. Alright, so I'm going to just show you quickly. Okay, so going back to the Tesla chart, I just want to show you exactly what the chart was looking at. It's a little bit harder to see on IB. So like I said, I filled in at 10:02. So right when it broke that 703 candle here, I filled in. You can see volume was very high on that 703 candle here. And then if we go to the NASDAQ as well, so you can see the NASDAQ here as well, rejected VWAP, was crossing below its 9-day EMA, starting a downtrend here. And then you can see for the rest of the day, it just continued that downtrend. So the move on Tesla was supported by futures, which is a really, really good thing. Like I said, you can see Tesla touched every single level of support I had. So from 703 to 700 to 698. And then right at 695, we saw some buyers kind of stepping in slightly. The stock did go down to around 691 to the next level of support I had here on 690, which was the low on Tesla here for that day. Because then after that, just kind of started to trend sideways and then upwards. This is what I would call a high probability setup. The stock has a negative catalyst behind it, breaks its pre-market low, it's following futures here on the downside here. The stock makes a huge move down. Perfect. You missed that move. No problem at all. That's okay. You catch the next move. If it is a solid trend, the stock will make another move down. So you can see here Tesla moved, retested its 21-day EMA. There should probably be a level here at 710 as well because it's a psych level. So I should probably have a level at 710 because it retested that 710 level you can see. Retest it, and then what does the stock do? Creates a nice little pattern here for you, an H pattern. Solid levels of support. If you have them set, you can catch very high probability plays. The 703 level was my level of support that I was looking on Tesla for. Broke 703. I waited for that confirmation here at 10:02. Waited for NASDAQ to also give me confirmation as it started to reject as it started to reject its VWAP here. Tesla started to drop as well, and it followed every single level of support that I have. You lock some as you go, lock some around the 700 level, which was my first profit target. 690 was my second profit target, but I locked it at 695 just because I didn't really trust what I was seeing on level 2 and time and sales. So time and sales was slightly slowing down around this point, so I was comfortable with locking in my profit. So on the downside, what you want to see with level 2 and time and sales, you want to see on level 2 the bids to continue to drop. So you as the stock is pushing down. As the stock is pushing down, you want to see the bids on level 2 continuously drop with time and sales accelerating. So that's going to show you that there's a strong trend to the downside. Sellers are still in control of the stock. They're still pushing the stock down. Once you start to see time and sales slow down slightly and the bids start to hold their level slightly or start to pick up a little bit, that's when you know that buyers are present. They could potentially step in and it could be time for you to lock your profits. Again, follow the levels that you have set, follow your support levels, follow what you see on futures and time and sales in level 2, and you're all good to go. And also, I just want to show you guys SPY as well. SPY is the ETF that tracks the S&P 500, but if you look at SPY on 419 as well, it was also supporting Tesla's move. So you can see SPY was trending down. Very close to open. So this was the where's the 10:02 candle? So this was the 10 o'clock candle here on SPY as well. SPY rejected here around 417. Pushed down on this 10 o'clock 5-minute candle. Started to push down and trend below its 9-day EMA. And even if we look at this on the 1 minute, which I don't think is necessary, but you can just take a look here, so I can show you. Huge push down on SPY as well, which again supported the move on Tesla. And if you also look at Tesla's 5-minute time frame here, it also had the H pattern on the 5-minute time frame as well. So you can see here, pulls down, pulls back up, pulls back right to that VWAP and 9-day EMA, rejects here on this 10 o'clock candle, and the full 10 to 10:05 candle could have been a potential move here too. You can see it pushed all the way down. That's why I like to, on moves like this where it could be very quickly and you have multiple levels of support, you do need to, especially if you're scalping, you do need to pay attention to the 1 minute as well to make sure that you're getting optimal entry and exit points. So here, you could have entered once this 5 minutes started to break 703, same concept here, and then played it all the way to the 695 level. So on Tesla that day, I made around $1,400. I did take a small trade on Amazon too in the beginning of the day, but my Tesla trade was around 20% profit at $1,400. All right, guys, so that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't forget to comment down below and I'll be sure to respond. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.